Hello and welcome to digitalSyn Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is the New Frontier episode 16. Okay, so last episode we sorted out some of our power issues and that kind of stuff, which was cool. We are currently on a blood moon, so there is a lot of zombies and crap around. Let me just go into the sounds and maybe reduce that to 40%. That will, yeah, that makes a bit of difference. Okay, so we got our power generation system, you know, ticking along, quite happy. You know, that's doing stuff. There's a whole load of bits in here that are, you know, we've got plenty of power in some of these, which is kind of nice. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do this time is we're going to create something called a multi-block power cell. Okay, so we have these power cells, which are 1 million RF, in this kind of stuff. We need one of these to become the power, so the main. So I'm going to pick this bottom one, so I'm going to whack that in there. Or am I going to whack them all in there? No, I think it's only just the one. We're going to put one in there, so link ID 1, used to connect to power cell block. Okay, so I'm guessing these are link ID 2s. I don't know how you switch these, but never mind. Huh, weird. I don't know how you fix these. Maybe, like everything else, put it in the crafting grid? Probably. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if we... It says here... Link a powered card on the left. Right, so... Used to connect... So they're all unlinked. They're all ID 3. Okay, so... If we now link... That one with 3... That one with 3. That one. That one. And that one. Does that work? Are you now a multi-block? No. I don't know what the hell is happening upstairs, but it doesn't sound pretty. Right, let's see. You need to accept power. Which you are. Apparently not. That sounds so funny. Okay, so, I'm actually quite glad I'm down here. There's a ton of mobs on that. When the blood moon rises. Okay, so here we go. Right, so linking. Right, we've got our link power cells. Insert one card into the first cell and all the others in the linking slot in the middle. That way, all these cards will now have the same ID. Right, okay. So... Oh! Put all these in here. And put those in the middle. Right, they all have the same ID. Yes? Okay, what does the book say now? The book says... This will create a big multi-block. Alright, then you can then insert each of these cards in another power cell. Bingo. That's so cool. Okay, so, and like so, and like so. Okay, we're good. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Right, now all of this stuff should come all the way over here and fill up this. Nice. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So if we want to link it now, we go to this one, we put more link cards in, and then we go and put it into the link so that they all have the same ID. Cool. And if we want to export that, see, I don't really want this thing here, you see? What I want is to drive it from here. So if I go here, this is where flight would be nice. I go there maybe? There? Yeah, okay. And then, right, now I need some blocks. See, having a ton of power, but actually having not any additional storage, not a great thing. But let's go up here. We'll take you away. And then we'll take you guys away. Ultimately, we will find a way of hiding this one, just kind of wiring and stuff like that. But right now, I'm not really that worried. Just so long as it works. So now you guys are full. You need to be configured as an output. Output. Go. Now you should be transferring power. Yeah. Up and out. Guessing so. You still getting power? You're getting a ton of power. See, this is where it comes in, you see? Comes into there and then feeds off to everybody everywhere else. I'm guessing... what can we zap? Let's find out something to zap. Do quartz. Quartz is always a pain in the ass. It drains the entire system. Or it drains the entire buffer, so it will... See? Drains the entire buffer. They are getting power, though. This thing is still getting power. Did we drain enough from there? Wow! That's nuts. Still has. And all these things are filling up. Okay, well, we obviously did it. Good job! Right, so that's our power sorted. How are we doing for oil? 194. Okay, so 153. So we used almost 100 buckets. Which means that we do, in fact, need to work on our next generation item, really, don't we? We need to be able to zap the canola seeds. So what we need to do is, I think we can do a stack of these quite easily. So I'm going to get a couple of stacks, because probably we'll test this. We're going to need a constructor to drop the item. We are going to need a destructor to pick up the item. Now, the reason that I'm doing it this way, constructor and a destructor. The reason that I'm doing it this way is because I know that these work, plus I know that they're in the pack. There's loads and loads of different ways of doing it, but I think that this might be the simplest, which would be good. You know, we want something simple. We know that it's working the other way, or with the other stuff. Where are you? One improved processor, one destructor. Perfect. Okay, we've got 11 cables. That should be enough. So what we need to do is we need to create... Oh, and we need an atomic reconstructor, don't we? Because we need to be able to zap it. So an atomic... Really? I thought Atomic... No, I didn't put that into the... Oh well. We can build one of them. A couple of casings in there, and we'll do one of those. There we go. Right. And I'll need a button. And a redstone torch to set the mode. Take one of those. There we go. Okay. So I'm thinking that what we really want to do is put it in a corner somewhere so it doesn't so we don't interfere with it really. Okay. So I'm thinking here would be a good idea, like just in the corner. So I'm going to dig out this little area here, so that it's away from everything, and I'll probably encase it in glass as well, just to be on the safe side. So I'm guessing that we'll drop the items here, we'll zap them from that way. And yeah, I like that idea. And when we get to a certain amount, we won't zap them anymore. So we're going to need one of those, which is a scanner, to work out when the item is there that we need to zap. And we're going to need something to stop us. And I think from refined, that other thing that we had, which was this thing, the detector, when we hit a certain amount, I think what it will do is we'll detect it and put a redstone signal to shut it down. So I'm kind of liking that idea. Right, so if we put the atomic reconstructor down here, it's going to zap, zap, zap continually because of the deactivation mode. So we're going to change that to a pulse. So now that's a pulse. And just for testing, we are going to put a button on top. Like so. Now, I am going to run power underneath into this guy because I want the sides available for me to play with redstone. Okay. So we do that, and that. That gives you power. So you're cool. Really, I should run it off of there, but I'm gonna run it off of here for the moment. No, I'm not gonna run it off of here. I should really do it properly, shouldn't I? I'm gonna bloody do it. I should do it properly. So this thing needs to change. Otherwise, we're not gonna have enough room. So you can stay there and then go that way. And then you need to branch your power here. Just knock that block out anyway, and we will set you to an output. We will drain power. There we go. Now you're getting power. Right, cool. Now you can shut up. If we put the marble back in. Yeah, that works. Okay. So now we've got a horrible little area that I'm going to just tidy up a little bit. A little bit bigger. And a little bit lighter. That would be nice. Some light. Let there be light. So now we got a little bit of light. Alright, so here's the block that we want to place stuff onto. Now, the constructor can go here. The destructor can go here. The constructor will fire when we have less than the amount of items that we need in the system. So if we put that down there, and then we break this block, and we chuck in a canola seed, because I'm going to need one at least crystallized, set, and hit the button, that zaps that. Okay. So this is the destructor. This is an item. So we're going to pick up that canola, and we're going to export that canola. Okay. We're going to set that there. We're going to go up and out for this one. So that will now place canola seeds. That will now pick up crystallized canola seeds. Apparently. Items. Apparently not. Oh. Place. There you go. Yeah? So now we're going to set that to a redstone only. Which is that. Only work with a redstone. So this is going to have crystallized canola, and I'm going to want to keep 64 in the inventory at all times. So when it emit the signal, when it is lower than 64. We'll zap those and they should get picked up. They're not being picked up. we need speed upgrades on that thing? Hmm. There we go. It's still throwing them out. How many have we got in the bloody system? Oh, we're using them. Damn. We use them really quickly. Let us disable the dropper. I actually help. And let's zap what this was already there. Go collect these up. And we'll go put these in the system as well. I'm guessing with 36 in there, that should get us to almost 64. 58. Okay, almost. So if we zap these again, should give us our 64. Which now stops, because now we've got more than 64. Now our redstone signal is stopped. Perfect. Okay. That works quite well. Now the only thing that is needed is this to have a redstone pulse. What a redstone torch? Pulse. Redstone. Now, I don't know whether the pulse mode will stop if it has a redstone signal. It does. So we have a redstone signal here. And this stops when there is a redstone signal. So what we could do is we could get another one of these redstone transmitters and a redstone receiver. So we'll go redstone. Did I put them in here? No, I didn't. So we need a redstone transmitter and a redstone receiver. So transmitter and receiver. There we go. So a transmitter is built like this. Oh no, we don't. What, really? We don't have any ender pearls. We don't. Oh, crap. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a little bit of redstone to begin with until we can tidy it up once we've got a little bit more ender pearls. Because at the moment we don't have any. Oh my god, we don't have any ender pearls. So that's going to keep going until... Yeah, there you go. Go around here. So, are you... when it is under the amount? Okay, so we need a block of iron, and a torch. We're going to make a simple NOT gate. So if it's not on, it's off, and if it's not off, it's on. It will make sense, honest. I mean, we probably could use any block, but I like using iron with redstone. We'll do that, and then that should... go around the corner. Straight line. So we'll do this. So break that there. So, and we'll put that on there. So that is going to be on. Like so. That will then turn it off. So if this has less than 64, it will be on. In which case it will turn off the redstone torch. And this redstone will go off, therefore this will start working. And start spitting stuff out. This, when it goes like it is now, when it doesn't emit a redstone signal because it's greater than 64, this is on, turns this off. So, what we need to do is we need to now go and test this. So we are going to go and take out the canola, like so. We should start seeing that it gets placed, zapped, picked up. Got to stop that from jumping all over the place, but we can fix that. We can put some glass around it maybe. And then what we should see is once it gets to 64 or above, or 65 in this case, we should see it working. Okay, so I found that the old way of doing things, it just kept spitting them out and it was going everywhere and I couldn't keep count of them and I couldn't keep track of them and I had like 3 stacks just laying on the floor. So what I did was changed it up. I've now encased the entire thing in glass. I have put the atomic reconstructor at the bottom, which seems to work out quite well. And I have linked up the detector to the block, which now just comes straight way around into there and then stops that from working. So now, oh, and I've hooked the power up here and underneath just to make it look pretty. Yeah. Okay, so now if we have a look at our blocks, we've got 187 in there, we've got 153 in there. So we are going to go over to this thing. So there's the crystallized stuff. We don't need that anymore. So let's have a look at the crystallized. So we got 200 in there. Now I've changed it so that when it's over 128, it will stop. Okay. So if we go over to here, I turn this thing off. So I'm now going to only work with a redstone signal. That's now dropping those in quite happily, creating tons and tons of buckets, hopefully. Is this one filling up first? Yeah, this one's filling up first. Okay, so this is 200, 201, 202. The power generation seems to be stable right now, which is kind of nice. We've got, how many zeros is that? So that's 6 zeros, so that's 6 million RF in there. Each one of these holds 50,000. So that's another 100, 200, 300, 400,000 there. We have 2 1 million systems upstairs. So we've got in total, what? Almost 7 million. 6.5, roughly. 6.5 million. That's not bad at all. I mean, that'll look after us for a little while. So over here, if we go and have a look, this, I mean, this thing, you know, is really going for it. Look, 251, 2. Now, when this gets to 6, it should start filling up this one, which I'm going to set this as priority 1. And I'm going to set this one as priority 2, just so that it fills up the first one first. But, yeah, I should have done that before. Now we've got down to just under 128. So, obviously, there's now it's, look at that, see? Throws it in, drops it down, zaps it, picks it up. How cool is that? Now, what I could do, if I was going to be smart about this, is actually, yeah, I could put a stack upgrade in there and do a stack at a time. But I kind of like, yeah, there we go. So it's 300,000. Then when it zaps it, it can vary. But it's usually about 10,000 RF. Kind of cool. This thing is still going at a rate of knots. We're up to 216, 217. So we've got another, what, 30 odd to go. This thing is just zapping itself. Silly. Ah, nice. That's so cool. This thing is coming up to full. This is really doing well. Out on the glass means that you can stand near it and not actually pick up all the items. He said. Yeah, well, maybe I need to just move a little bit. I might need to add some more glass to this one, which I will probably do right now. In fact, I will do it right now, just to... I said it, can't pick it up, no, pick it up. Right, there we go. It's full. It's full. 256, 255. This thing has finished zapping. We now have an automatic upgrade system. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? That's cool. Come on, everybody. That's really cool. Love it. Okay, so we have our power bank. We have our automatic canola zapper. We have our automatic crystalised canola oil, which is getting done by these, and then these, and then these. Oh, and I still haven't finished those ones. Still haven't. I know, I'm so bad. I still haven't done it. Right, so we need oil, canola oil, and normal oil, or canola oil even. Just one bucket of canola. Okay, the reason why you can click here and it will just magically appear with a bucket is because there is a bucket in the system. If there wasn't a bucket in the system, it wouldn't let me click it. However, we can automatically craft buckets. There we go. See, so now whenever I click in the system, it will request a bucket from the inventory, and then it says, "Have you got one?" And it goes, "Yeah." So it gives me a bucket. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then break that torch, and 3. And we're going to flip these guys over to fluid and canola oil. That one. Flip that one to canola oil. And we'll flip this one to canola oil. There we go. And then we want the importer, which we will just import because, well, we know that there's only one type of thing coming out of here, so that's fine. Right, so that's all hooked up. So, yeah, we've got a ton there. Now, what we could do is to keep up with demand if we ever get to that level. Then we could... Look at that, see? It's generating power. So it's just automatically crafted another lot. Nice. Look at that. Perfect. It's awesome. Okay. So yeah, what we could do is... this should keep up with production a lot. However, we could duplicate this system just here or down here or, you know, anywhere really, to create another one of those if we should ever need it. I don't think we will, especially not right now. We've got plenty of bucket storage for that kind of stuff, so we should be good. And then obviously we've got to get started on the empowering of that, but again, you know, we can sort that out another time. So let us go upstairs. Right, so we've got most of our stuff hooked up now. I'm going to go outside. Well, actually, I'm going to go and sleep first so that we don't get the night. And go and check on our farm. Look at that. That is insane. That's Enderium. So you remember when I planted Enderium and I had like, I don't know, what was it? 8 or something? This is what happens. It just multiplies. I wonder how much Enderium stuff. I mean, look, onions. Jesus. This stuff is great for the farms. But I'm not sure I want to keep growing stuff like that. Never mind. Enderium. Look at that. I have no idea what this stuff is used for, but we can make a ton of it. Ethereum. Ready? Oh, there we are. Yeah, Enderium crop. Yep, we've got that. Enderium cooler. Cooling rate reactor. So it must be a reactor of some sort. Or an Enderium drill head. Super drills. Don't know. Some of the I haven't really got into. Advanced generators. So never mind. What I do want though is ender. Or I want an ender crystal or an ender seed. I want this one. I want an enderman seed. Okay, so we've got all of this stuff. We got the chunks. Or we can create the chunks. But we are missing 8 ender pearls. Oh, I know what I'm doing between episodes. I'm going to get myself a soul thing. One of these. A brand new one. Yep, start. I love that. That's so cool. Oh, there we go. Now it'll craft 2 solarium ingots. Alright, anyway. Where's that metal? There it is. I want 3 of those. Then I need to go back and get the solarium. Okay, so we should be, there we go. Right, so we should be crafting now. Go on. Getting there. Yeah, solarium dust. 2 dust. Gives us, come on, 2 dust gives us a sword. Come on, I want a sword. Come on, give me my sword. 1, 2. There's my sword. Right, okay. So, surround it with metallic blend, and you get a solarium dagger, yes. We have 7, 1.6, durability 400. 9.5, 1.6, durability 400, however, sharpness 4, and unbreaking 3. And in the patch glitch, I lost mine. So I made another one. This is why I made another one. I mean, I was using solarium daggers, just normal ones, and then I kept running out. So yeah, I'm quite glad that I could make these ones. Right, I'm going to go and tidy up my inventory. I am going to go on the hunt for Enderman. I need 8 Ender Pearls. Yeah, that should be fun. However, what I am going to do is say I will catch you next time. I'm shameless. Take it easy.